All right, so now we are going to talk about myth number 2. Disrespectful students. Because clearly our students are very disrespectful. They're always talking back, rolling their eyes, sucking their teeth, and then on top of that, they want to throw stuff at you. What the? You see what I'm saying?
That's what
and then after that, all of a sudden you got to pop off. Like, it's ridiculous.
Now, if I grab that and throw it back at you, I'm wrong.
You're definitely wrong.
Right?
You're definitely going to be in the principal's office.
I'm going to get called the cops on me, probably.
I mean, it's possible, because who knows how this thing could escalate.
But
Welcome back to the Tea Lounge, where we are continuing to spill the tea on urban education.
Serving it from a teacher's perspective. All right, today we're continuing with our urban teacher myth segment.
Yes, we talked about teachers.
We did talk about the lies y'all be spreading about
disrespect. And today we're going to talk about the lies that we talk about as it relates to students.
Now, this really bothers me more than the teacher myths out there, because it really hurts and has a very negative impact on kids' perceptions of themselves. So I'm really excited to debunk all 5 of these myths that we have today. Myth number 1: students don't care about their education. They don't care about school. They're unbothered. They don't want to be here. Like, whatever, Miss Martinez, I got a 0.
And what? Totally unmotivated. Grades do not motivate them. You don't motivate them.
Parents don't motivate them.
They are just there for PE and lunch. That's about it.
And recess, don't forget. Okay.
Definitely recess. And that is further from the truth.
That's right. I mean, I've met so many wonderful kids. Actually, I'll go as far as to say, Fuller, I don't know about you, but in my experience teaching, I've never had one kid that didn't feel sad or upset when they didn't get a good grade. Even if they didn't know how to be successful, or they felt like they didn't have the tools, it did affect them. Nobody wants to be at the bottom of the barrel.
No.
Nobody is happy when they can't read their favorite nighttime story. They can't read, some of the infomercials, or when their friends are talking about something and showing them something, they can't read that, or even read the name on the cereal box.
Exactly. And as students get older, they start to realize, you know what? My other friend, they actually are doing a little better, because even with me teaching 4th and 5th graders, they definitely start to see when, you know what, such and such really does know their multiplication facts, or such and such really is reading that novel, and I'm still over here like, wait, what? It's not that they don't care, but sometimes they don't want you to know that they need support, because they've already been labeled as a problem child, someone who is unmotivated. It's not like you care. So it's up to us to tap into what it is to build that trust with them, so that we can make sure that we're meeting their needs, so that they are motivated to do and be their best.
That's right. If you're getting into education, you need to take that idea right out of your head, because that's going to be an impediment for you to service these kids to the capacity that you need to be able to do it. Everyone cares. We're all human beings. We care what we look like. We care what we sound like. We care about what others' perceptions of us are. Everyone cares. You just need to figure out what exactly you need to tweak, or what you need to reach to take that motivation out of kids.
All right, so now we are going to talk about myth number 2. Disrespectful students. Because clearly our students are very disrespectful. They're always talking back, rolling their eyes, sucking their teeth, and then on top of that, they want to throw stuff at you. What the? You see what I'm saying? And then after that, all of a sudden you got to pop off. Like, it's ridiculous.
Now, if I grab that and throw it back at you, I'm wrong.
You're definitely wrong.
Right?
You're definitely going to be in the principal's office.
I'm going to get called the cops on me, probably.
I mean, it's possible, because who knows how this thing could escalate.
But, I'd be right, because these kids are the worst of the worst. I mean, they're from the hood. They're in the urban environment.
It's not like they have any home training.
No, these kids are used to violence. They only answer to violence. That's how they communicate.
Jesus. Wrong again.
Couldn't be further from the truth. All the kids that I've ever taught, me and Fuller worked in the school together sometime as well. Every one of those kids was caring, was warm, really wanted to be there, really wanted to learn, and really just needed the tools and the social education to be able to connect with other people, learn how to communicate, and move on. And every single one of them wanted to get better. And when we worked with kids one-on-one, figured out maybe why you're so mad, what's going on, and gave them the tools to communicate appropriately, they were successful.
Yes, because a lot of students feed off of your energy. I know you don't want to hear that, but they do. So if you giving that energy of like you don't want to be here, and guess what? A lot of times they do the same thing. But if you come in there and they know that you care, they are going to want to do and be their best for you. I can guarantee it. I'm speaking from experience.
And we're not saying that, yes, you do get some kids that might be a little rude, might say different things. Again, this is not because they have a personal thing against you. This is what they have learned how to communicate by. So it's your job as a teacher, not only just to teach the core content, but also show them correct modeling of how we interact as human beings.
Character education.
That's right, cultural education.
Yes, it's okay.
Part the whole child.
There you go. Like, they do not come to school just wanting to be disrespectful.
So that's not true, and I hope we debunk that myth.
Yes.
All right, urban myth number 3 about teaching kids in urban education setting. So this one, it's really the one that really gets under my skin, especially when I see new teachers or people that just haven't been around or taking the time to get to know the kids that we work with. And it's thinking that like, oh, these poor children, like, oh, you know, Tim came into class and he was so sleepy, so I let him fall asleep in my library throughout the entire reader's workshop.
90 minutes.
Or, oh, he seems agitated. Maybe he didn't eat yesterday, because, you know, some of them don't even have homes. Or their mom was probably out doing drugs and didn't cook any dinner. Or, let's see, oh, dad's not home. He's from a single parent home, so that's why he acts like that. Let's come to a break.
No, stop it. Stop lowering expectations for our students. They are able to perform at the same level, if not even higher, if you are giving them the standards that they need to meet in order to get there. So stop with the excuses.
Right, and putting in the right supports. If kids aren't bringing in that homework, there should be a clear expectation. There should be clear consequences. We do not lower the bar for anyone. Everyone is held to the same standard.
Yes.
You just have to figure out what supports to put in place to help them meet that. Stop making excuses for kids. Stop making up these sad, pitiful stories. Like, it's actually, I find it insulting that like people come around and they think that like every kid's going through like this terrible hardship that can't let them get anything. Listen to me. I can be going through whatever I'm going through in my personal life. I still have to be showing up at work at 7:15 in the morning. Nobody cares. We're not teaching them to be good members and active members of society and preparing them for the real world if we're enabling and excusing behaviors.
Yes. And even if students are going through something, that's when it's up to us to build those relationships with students and their families to feel like, okay, yes, this may be what it is right now, but what are we going to do to still make sure that students are able to reach what the expectations are? We cannot change the expectations. We cannot continue to lower the expectations because it's like, because you're going through this, well, guess what? You don't have to do homework. You're going through this, well, guess what? I'm going to let you sleep for an hour. Like, there has to be some sort of compromise where it's like, yes, thank you for sharing what's going on, but what things can we put in place to make sure that you're able to succeed at the highest level?
That's right. We need to put to bed this savior mentality. No one's got a cape on. Ain't no S on your chest. You're not swooping in to help or save anyone. And we need to implement a tough love reality. We love you. We're here for you. What's it gonna take to get you to be at this level?
Absolutely.
Not let me put you to sleep in my corner.
No.
Let me feed you because I think you're hungry and that's why you just acted out.
There you go.
No. Cut it out, people.
Please and thank you.
All right, moving on to urban myth number 4. Teaching these kids is a waste of time. Why are we here? They're just going to end up going back to their own neighborhoods, back to the same negative influences that impacted them before. They don't care. And we're wasting our time, money, energy, funds.
We have no influence over them. They're just going to do what they're used to seeing.
So why don't we just like go somewhere else, get some good kids and work on them, because these kids ain't going nowhere.
These neighborhood children.
Right. Why don't we funnel them to like a vocational school? Get them some training.
It's not like they're going to college.
No, they're not. They don't have the mentality to pick up anything up or understand or have conceptualized anything. How about we just teach them how to clean trains?
There you go.
Maybe not fly no airplane.
No,
maybe be the people with the little light sticks, doing that little lightsaber stuff.
They could be on the corner with that board like this.
Oh yeah, that salesman, that's my dude. You see them tricks? I'll be stopping. I'm not buying nothing.
No.
But I like to stop to show you I appreciate you. Yes. Maybe they could learn that.
I'm just saying. Wrong again.
Right.
Wrong again. As teachers, we have so much influence over students because a lot of times we're the ones that build the foundation, like plant the seeds for children to actually start to realize, like, oh shit, I actually can do this. Like, wait a minute. You think you can't, but then when they actually kind of start to see sprouting little by little, you're like, oh, I was able to. Oh my God, I love that aha moment.
Right.
When you give them back the test, I've had kids like literally burst out in tears. I'm like, what are you crying for? I got 100. I'm like, oh, like your first 100? Like, are you like that sense of pride that we can instill in them that can take them into God knows wherever they want to be.
Right, and anything that you are passionate about can't be a waste of time, right?
No.
When you're in this field, you're definitely passionate about kids. It's not a waste of time. And it's not about being from the hood or in the urban setting or being from the athlete community. People at the end of the day have choices. Anyone can choose to do whatever they want with their life. That doesn't mean that because you come from like different hardships or have more adversities, you're going to be more prone to letting things go. That's only going to happen if you don't have the right people in front of you that don't support you, don't think that you can go anywhere, and then they teach you with that mentality.
Yeah.
We have to go in thinking the world of our children because they think the world of us. Yeah. And we have to, for society's sake, make sure we put in 100% of effort, 100% of our time into building these kids up, because any one of them is going to be one of the future leaders of the world. Any one of them is going to be, you know, checking your 401k plan when you're retired. We need to make sure that we're investing in our current youth. So in the future, as society, we can also reap the rewards of successful adults.
And it teaches them a level of perseverance, you know? Because they then start to realize, like, yes, this may be the situation now, but if I put the hard work in, I put the time, I dedicate, like, I can get what I need. Like, that's just life lessons. You set goals for yourself, you do the work, and you reach your goal.
That's right.
So it's not a waste of time.
No. Everyone can achieve. That's right. It's an investment, not a waste of time. Anyone can achieve with the right support and the right group of people rooting for you in your corner. So that's not true.
All right. So our fifth and final myth regarding students who attend their neighborhood schools. You know what?
Hood schools, the urban education.
You know they're already below grade level, right?
2 or 3 years maybe.
So clearly they can't learn.
They cannot learn. I mean, you know what? Actually, I was in a PD or group meeting, if you will. I won't say what's cool.
Okay,
I won't say what
please
year.
don't.
But I distinctly remember, I think I called you and told you about this.
And asked me, am I crazy?
Am I crazy? Did I hear this right? Should I be upset? I heard one of my coworkers at the time say, they ain't going to learn nothing anyways. I mean, they're mad slow. They're mad behind. You expect me to do 1-2 years of growth in a year? That's impossible. I got them like this.
I have heard that many a times.
And it's the most infuriating thing, because now I feel like I'm in a group of people that don't share the same vision and that these kids don't deserve.
Exactly.
If you're going to be here, you're going to be here to grind and do that hard work. And everyone can and will learn.
Exactly. All they need is the tools to make it happen.
And that's what you're here for.
That's it. Because if they continue to hear, oh, you can't do it, I don't know why you here, then guess what? On a subconscious level, you actually start to believe that stuff.
That's right.
But if you start telling a child, you know what? Yes, you may not be on grade level right now, but that doesn't mean you're not going to leave my class not on being on grade level. And in order to get on grade level, these are the things that we need to do. Because for some children, remember, learning is not a race.
That's right.
Like, everyone moves at their own pace. And that's something that children need to understand. Like, don't compare yourself to someone else. And that's just a life lesson as adults. Like, stop. You run your race. Don't be looking at what's going on over here on somebody else's IG. Like, look at what you're, like, I'm just saying.
Right. And stop putting limitations on what people can do. I hate someone coming up to me like, oh, you can't do a red hair. You can't do a blonde hair. You can't do this. Look at No.
I'm going to show you better than I can tell
that's
you.
right.
Watch this.
And you as a teacher, it's your duty and your job to do everything you can for those kids who are looking up to you, those parents who are counting on you, right, to help their kids get where they need to be. If that's small groups, if that's one-on-one coaching and support, if I got to pull you out of recess, I've been known to do that.
Yes.
We ain't going to recess. We ain't finished the second ticket.
And they will appreciate it.
That's right.
They will be willing to do it, putting those tier 2, tier 3 interventions in place. So to make sure that students can reach their full potential.
That's right, and that also means, that's true, that also means talking to kids, letting them know where they are, and letting them know what work they need to do, what the parents need to do, so you guys as a team can get people where they need to be.
Because we're a team.
Everyone can learn, everyone will learn, and if you ever hear anyone at your table saying things like that, you need to have a sidebar conversation. I regret not pulling that person and be like, hey girl.
You did.
I know it's hard. But we can do this. How can I help?
Yes.
What can we do to make sure we cross that finish line together?
So, I think we did a good job today.
That's right. I hope that you see that all those 5 myths that we went over about our kids who go to urban schools, hood schools, city schools have been debunked. A lot of times people give no credit to these kids. Yes, some people are going through hardships, but we're not here to save anybody. We're here to help, aid, and grow students.
Yes. And again, if you have any
myths of your own that you heard, maybe you're a new teacher, you're getting into urban education, you're a little nervous, you don't know what to expect, hit us up in the comments.
Yes.
Subscribe.
Please, like share. That's how you do it, right?
Yeah, that's how you do it. You know,
right. We're figuring it out. We're figuring facts. We're figuring out as we go along. But we really appreciate you watching. Thank you again. And until next time.